Vladimir Putin, the rise of Russia's strongman. Welcome back to English Audio Cafe. In this episode, we'll be diving into the remarkable and inspiring story of Vladimir Putin, the current president of Russia. His life journey, from his humble beginnings to becoming one of the most powerful leaders in the world, is filled with perseverance, leadership, and bold decisions. Let's listen carefully and improve our English while learning about Putin's rise to power and his impact on Russia and the world. Early life and ambition. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg, Russia. Growing up in post-war Soviet Russia, Putin's childhood was marked by the harsh realities of life in a country recovering from World War II. The city of Leningrad had suffered greatly during the war, and the people who lived there were resilient, shaped by years of hardship. Putin's family, like many others, lived in a small apartment, and his early life was not easy. Putin's father, Vladimir Spiridonovich, served in the Soviet Navy during the war and later worked in a factory. His mother, Maria Ivanovna, was a factory worker as well. Despite their difficult circumstances, Putin's parents encouraged him to work hard and value education. He was a curious child with a strong will to succeed. From an early age, he was interested in martial arts, particularly judo, and he quickly developed a passion for the discipline. Judo would later become a significant part of his life, teaching him the values of control, respect, and strategic thinking, values that would serve him well in his later career. Joining the KGB in early career. After completing his education at Leningrad State University, Putin graduated with a degree in law. However, his true ambition lay in serving his country in a different way. In 1975, he joined the KGB, the Soviet Union Security and Intelligence Agency. This decision marked the beginning of his political career. During his time with the KGB, Putin was stationed in East Germany, where he worked as an intelligence officer. His work involved gathering information on foreign governments, but it also gave him insight into the power structures and strategies that governed the Soviet Union. While his work was often secretive, Putin's colleagues later described him as intelligent, disciplined, and determined. He was known for his ability to maintain secrecy and handle pressure. His time in the KGB shaped his worldview and leadership style, teaching him to be cautious, strategic, and able to make quick decisions under stress. These skills would prove invaluable in his later political career. Putin's work in East Germany lasted until 1990, when the fall of the Berlin Wall signaled the end of the Soviet Union. This period of change would shape Putin's future and ultimately propel him into Russian politics. The collapse of the Soviet Union and Putin's entry into politics. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 was a transformative moment in world history. For Vladimir Putin, it was a pivotal time in his life. The Soviet Union dissolved, and Russia was thrown into a period of political and economic chaos. The country was struggling to find its identity, and its political system was in disarray. Amid this uncertainty, Putin moved from East Germany back to his hometown of St. Petersburg. Putin initially worked as an advisor to the mayor of St. Petersburg, Anatoly Sobchak. This position gave him the opportunity to learn about the intricacies of Russian politics and the challenges the country was facing. Putin proved himself as a capable and pragmatic leader. He was seen as a man who could get things done, which earned him respect in the local government. His calm demeanor and ability to make decisions in a crisis caught the attention of political elites in Moscow. By the mid-1990s, Putin had risen to prominence within the Russian government. His ability to navigate the complex world of Russian politics, combined with his background in intelligence, made him a valuable asset. In 1996, he moved to Moscow, where he joined the Federal Security Service, FSB, the successor to the KGB. His role in the FSB further established him as a key figure in Russian politics. Putin's rise to power in Moscow. Putin's ascent in Moscow was rapid. In 1999, Russian President Boris Yeltsin appointed him as prime minister. At this time, Russia was grappling with issues like corruption, political instability, and economic challenges. The country needed strong leadership, and Putin appeared to be the right man for the job. His leadership was characterized by his focus on stability, order, and reducing the influence of powerful oligarchs, wealthy business figures who had gained significant control over Russia's resources. In 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, and Putin was named acting president of Russia. Putin's calm and measured approach to leadership quickly made him a popular figure. He reassured the Russian people that their country would regain its strength. In 2000, he was officially elected president of Russia. His platform was focused on restoring Russia's global influence, improving the economy, and strengthening the nation's military. Putin's strong stance on national security, his efforts to rebuild the Russian military, and his focus on economic reform were well received by the Russian public, strengthening Russia's global role. Once in power, Putin focused on consolidating his authority. He sought to bring Russia back to the forefront of global politics. He believed that Russia had lost its position as a superpower following the collapse of the Soviet Union, and that the country needed to assert itself once again on the world stage. Putin's foreign policy was shaped by a desire to protect Russian sovereignty and prevent foreign interference in Russian affairs. One of Putin's early successes was securing energy resources for Russia. The country is one of the world's largest producers of oil and natural gas, and Putin made sure that Russia benefited economically from these resources. He strengthened ties with countries that were important to Russia's energy markets, and he used Russia's energy exports to increase the country's influence in Europe and Asia. Putin also worked to restore Russia's military strength, focusing on modernizing its armed forces and asserting Russia's presence in international conflicts. Controversial policies and challenges. Despite his successes, Putin's leadership has been the subject of much controversy. Critics argue that he has stifled political opposition, restricted media freedoms, and undermined democratic institutions in Russia. His government has been accused of suppressing dissent, and political opponents have faced harassment and imprisonment. Many international observers have questioned the fairness of Russia's elections and Putin's hold on power. Putin's foreign policies have also been controversial. His annexation of Crimea in 2014 and Russia's involvement in the conflict in Ukraine have strained relations with the West. These actions were widely condemned by the international community, and Russia faced sanctions and diplomatic isolation. Putin has defended his actions, arguing that Russia has the right to protect its interests and its people, particularly in areas with large Russian-speaking populations. Leadership during global crisis. One of Putin's most significant challenges as president was managing global crises, including the ongoing conflict in Syria and the international response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Putin's leadership during these crises showcased his ability to make difficult decisions under pressure. His involvement in Syria, where Russia provided military support to the Syrian government, further solidified his reputation as a leader willing to act decisively on the global stage. The COVID-19 pandemic posed another test for Putin's leadership. Russia, like many other countries, faced the devastating impact of the virus. Putin's government implemented strict measures to contain the spread of the virus and provide medical assistance. However, the pandemic also exposed the challenges of Russia's healthcare system, and the pandemic also exposed the challenges of Russia's healthcare system and the palliative to benefit difficulties of managing a crisis on such a large scale. Despite these challenges, Putin's popularity remained strong among many Russians, who saw him as a stabilizing force in difficult times. Legacy and impact. Vladimir Putin's legacy is still unfolding, but there is no doubt that he has had a profound impact on Russia and the world. He has transformed Russia from a country in turmoil into a major player on the world stage. His leadership has restored national pride, rebuilt the economy, and strengthened the military. However, His style of governance has also drawn criticism for its authoritarian tendencies and disregard for political freedoms. Putin's story is one of determination, resilience, and strategic thinking. He has shown that with the right mindset, even in the face of tremendous challenges, one can rise to the top and reshape the future. Whether you agree with his policies or not, Vladimir Putin's journey is a testament to the power of ambition and leadership. His life is a reminder that leadership is not just about making decisions. It's about navigating complexities, overcoming adversity, and remaining focused on the bigger picture. Thank you for listening to Vladimir Putin's inspiring and complex journey. What do you think about his leadership and the impact he's had on Russia? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more English listening practice. See you in the next video.